Alright, so it's been quite a bit. In fact, I believe last time I did a video was June or so. Um, so in that time, what have I been doing? The answer is a whole lot of nothing. It's been a very busy semester, and I didn't really have time to continue the Automating Everything series as it was. And in that time, I ended up just basically completely losing motivation. So, with time, about 6 months going through, I decided that I'd update to a new pack, create a new pack entirely with a new set of mods, basically, and go at it again. Give it a try again, but this time I'm on 120 instead of 119. I've also basically roughly halved the amount of mods, which should help refine the focus, because I know last time often the focus of the pack was very not exactly focused, let's say. So I made a new pack. I pared down a lot of mods that were ultimately unnecessary or unrelated. I'll probably add some if they become relevant, but ultimately it should be a much better experience. So, with that said, I can show you around to what I've got here. The first thing you might immediately notice over on this side of the screen is I do have Cobblemon installed, which is just basically Pokemon in Minecraft, but it's, in more the theme of Minecraft. I did this because, this is for me, pretty much, but it also does provide some interesting automating, procedures, basically. But it's more so just for fun for me, to be honest. But beyond that, everything is more or less the same, if nothing else. I've, of course, eliminated a lot of mods. We have Farmer's Delight, or Create, of course, is over here. In my little Create workshop I have a mod called Chipped, which gives a variety of blocks, that sort of thing. So, with all that said, you may notice I also did not really record any progress, because ultimately, early game Minecraft progress is early game Minecraft progress. It's pretty much the same every time you play it. I'm at the point of having full diamond armor. I don't show my helmet just because you can see my face then. And having full diamond tools, but that's about it. I have a backpack with some other things, but I haven't pushed for netherite or anything like that. So, with that said, why don't we actually get to automating, eh? First thing I'd like to automate is wood, because it's annoying to get, to be honest. And there's kind of a good spot right here. It's flat once I've cleared out the trees here, but there's probably a pretty large space where we could get a nice big sawmill or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what to call it. I think that'll be a great first goal for the series here. So I'm gonna try something new out. I hope it works. See how it goes. So I tried to use a mod called motion capture to capture my motion. More specifically, capture the sort of process update like you would in the replay mod. The replay mod is only on Fabric, so I can't use it here on Forge. Alas, it didn't work as I expected, so I probably won't continue to use it. Alright, so unfortunately what I wanted to try to do was just a time-lapse quickly of destroying all the trees in front of me here that you cannot currently see, but it didn't work out, so it's just complete now. We've got a nice, decent, large space here. I started spacing out how I want to do the wood farm. Idea is, oh hello Evie. So dark oak trees, they've got 2x2 size, and then they grow 2 to 3 leaves outward, give or take. So we have 3 leaves of space on either side, basically, and then what we can do is every maybe 2 blocks we have a 2x2 of grass, and then everything else is blank. This way we can we can have deployers along the center so that they will deploy saplings along the center. Although I could just do one long line and it'll probably get enough saplings, because I don't think enough are going to be growing that quickly. So I'll go with that. As far as the length though, it's going to be pretty long if I want to have a fair amount of production here, which I would like to. So let's say here without counting. And then here. So I got that should be a 3 wide space. Got a nice 3 wide space here. And then over here, it's 5 wide, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can take this over, destroy this. So with this world, I would like to get trains running properly. Last time I got track production made, and I was just laying out my first track. I don't know if I showed that on the video or not, but I was in the process of working on a new video. Then I ran out of time, or the semester hit, and that meant I had to stop. So the footage just sits on my hard drive basically. But since I'm abandoning that, it'll probably won't return. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking somewhere like this, and I think it's going to be a pretty open design. I want to make use of trains, of course. So on this side is where we can have trains come in to load up. We could also have it come in on the other side. I'm not entirely sure, or maybe it comes down here. We'll see. It kind of depends. I got to get to that point first. So yeah, I will go ahead and start building this. Maybe I can try to do something, at least for this time around. Alright, so after that, you might have noticed I kind of switched the design around a bit here. I added more to the dock, basically, so then it's actually reaching the water. I've also this is a very wide section, but then over here, it's also widened by 7 blocks instead of being the original 3, so then I have space for automating the production of whatever else I need here from the wood. Other side rather, has stayed pretty much the same though. As for the design, I used chipped here to get 3 different dark oak plank variants essentially, and kind of just randomly used them, and I use like framed blocks on these corners as well. And then these reinforced logs look really nice, and I think they kind of help the look. So I used those on this part of the pillar for each one. I also, so for the actual mechanism of this, I added a track that goes kind of inset down in here, and I'll work more on this later, these 2 side areas another time. For now, I kind of want to get this functional. Hello. And then the other side here, I'm probably gonna like decorate it with like moss or water or leaves, that kind of thing. Like it's all kind of like leaves would pile up right here from the trees, right? Now that leaves the actual mechanism here, which last time I used a minecart, and I'm doing the same thing here because it was the only thing I could reasonably fit into the design here. So that's what we have here. We have another reinforced log and then this other planked log, which has like log corners. Looks pretty nice, and then I just capped it off with another reinforced. I might just switch that for a normal wood, but then what I have here is saws going in both directions, so whether it's over there or coming back, it can always saw the tree it sees. Then up here we have our deployers, which will deploy saplings down the center aisle. Now, I've actually very specifically designed this such that it will only place dark oak saplings in 2x2 areas. And it might be hard to tell looking at this, right? It like looks pretty randomly placed. How would you know? Oh, I think the dark oak saplings are here. kind of thing. And that was my goal. It was to make it as difficult to tell that it was happening as possible. And I think it came out pretty nice. The last things I've needed to add to the thing here are 2 bits of storage. And then we'll just need to... Actually, let me see if I can change these around. Alright, so I got myself these instead. They still function as barrels, they just look a bit nicer in my opinion. And they fit the aesthetic of this more. Then the last thing we want, which will be the way it unloads the logs, is a portable storage interface. We're gonna put it here. Whoops. We're putting it here. Okay, we'll have to use there we go. Putting it here such that it should interact with it from there, if I understand correctly, or maybe just from here. If I do that. Now it hasn't been made into a contraption yet because I need to super glue it. Alright, I think after looking at it for a while, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in instead there. I think it'll look nicer. But other than that, we just have to take our super glue, take it across like this, so then now all of that is connected, and then we just connect our saws, and we should be good to go. Yep. Alright. So then, you know what? One more thing. Let's change a little bit of this. Instead of those, right, which, you know, in theory, they would block these saplings from being placed. How about we just kind of connect these indirectly? Maybe not full blocks, though. So if we take our framed panels here, put them here, here, and then we'll have to do it on the other side as well, like so. Could do that. I'm thinking though we use that, but that doesn't really work. So maybe we just use the oak wood, like so. So then it has a complete texture. I think that'll look alright. We can always change it if need arises. And then let's make sure these are attached as well. And now that means this should work. So if we go ahead and flick this on, which is under there, it assembles. Took a moment of lag, but if we go ahead and push it, which, there we go, and look, there it goes. And what do you look at that? I messed it up. Give me a moment to fix this. Alright, that's much better. Now we have dark oak tree sapling spots. I haven't replaced the saplings where applicable, but every other block basically. All the way down to here. Which is perfect. So now, all we need to do is to be unloading out of this portable storage interface. And we can take that up along here, I think would be best. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I have officially set up everything. I had it recorded, but it turns out I wasn't in full screen mode on the game here, so I would have to stretch the footage, or there'd be weird black bars on the top and bottom, so ultimately I'm not going to be able to use that, which is unfortunate. This happens more often than I'd like to admit. But I can at least quickly explain how this works. So we got our water wheels over here, which just have some water going into it. I'll make this look nicer, probably rearrange it either between this and next episode, or kind of updates while doing other things next episode, but this will work for now. I just increased the speed. You can use a little water wheel to actually increase the overall speed of the water wheels, because it'll go off the faster one, as long as there's enough like stress in the whole system and such. Speed it up twice spin it over this way. I use a brass belt funnel here to unload stacks at a time. That's just going to make the unloading process a lot quicker, so then it can spend more time actually mining the trees. After that, yep, here we go. We get our products going down the line, and we have our 6 products. I misspoke earlier. We actually are automating 6 things from this. Get dark oak logs, which is filling up quite quickly, I might add. Twigs, which are, you can convert these into sticks, so it's basically sticks, because there's not really any other use for them other than crafting them into sticks. Dark oak saplings, acorns, green tea leaves, and apples. And then I just have an overflow chest while I end up upgrading these as needed. Now, as far as these handful of items are concerned, they're kind of like pseudo automated. I wouldn't call them fully automated because, you know, this is a pretty low number, especially these two. But it's kind of automated enough for now. But certainly these. And then of course I would like to do more with this. So in the future here, I would like to basically turn these dark oak logs. This is something I was planning to do last first series. I don't know what you want to call it, maybe last quote-unquote season. But I want to convert them into like planks, stairs, that sort of thing. I just didn't give myself enough space last time. This time I should be set, I feel like. So we'll be able to make planks, stripped logs, all that sort of thing. All kind of stockpiled here. So that should be a very useful thing. Beyond that, I'm gonna call it there for this episode. It was kind of, you know, hey, I'm back episode, reintroducing the series, showing off the new things, and so forth. And I want to try to keep episodes maybe a bit shorter and a bit more focused into, you know, one structure or thing going on, essentially. The focus of the series is on the automating process, not so much, you know, getting diamond armor, tools, all this progression stuff, like I said earlier in the episode. If you'd like to see more of my build process, though, just let me know. I can try to edit that in more or otherwise, but as it stands, that's basically the end of the episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any comments, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Did you just eat a scaffolding? Pardon? Ooh. There you go, buddy. That's what I thought.